Is the audio good in him? Okay, fuck. Alright, guys, it's Blackman the Traveller. I'm here with another special episode, and I'm here with a very special guest. Just introduce yourself, brother.
Yes, Tax from Newham, musician, podcaster now, these things. Formerly known as Intact, some may remember.
Yeah,
man, what's going on?
How you been?
Yeah, man, just surviving COVID. You know what I mean? Just it's home run now, innit? Just hoping to get through to June with no complications, really, man.
Yeah.
I've been alright, just staying busy.
It's been a long time. I ain't seen you in years, actually.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while, man. But I've seen you've been keeping active and that.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Very, very active, man. It's inspiring.
Thank you. So, where you from originally?
Newham.
No, like ethnic background.
Ethnic background.
Yeah.
So I'm half Jamaican, half English.
Okay.
Both my parents were born here.
Yeah.
But yeah, mixed race, debate one.
Yeah, debate one.
And
you're from Newham, yeah?
Yeah, man. Stratford.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is it like growing up in Newham as a young man?
It's enjoyable. It's technical. It's different, but I won't change it for anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, it has its own challenges for sure. But yeah, man. I mean, I've had a good life.
Yeah.
So Newham's built me into the man that I am today.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
When you was young, how was you as like a little kid? Like, was you always bubbly? Was you fun? Like in school, like, how was you as a person?
Growing up, I'd say I was always quite confident.
Yeah.
Always been into like performing arts.
Okay.
I've done drama at school.
Alright.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
yeah, I've done drama at school, man. I was gonna take it at college, but I kind of went down a different path.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of done music in my spare time.
Okay.
But I've always been involved in performing arts really. In school, I'd say, yeah, man, I've always been confident. I've always been a leader, I'd like to say as well, man.
Yeah.
Without sounding a bit mad, but I've always been able to think for myself. So I think I've been able to navigate, Newham and growing up around this place as best as I could, really.
It was always like, would you describe yourself as someone that always had their head straight?
I would say like I wasn't immune to some of the things that all of us young black boys from poverty have been faced with. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's not exclusive to us, but you know, it's like coming from where we come from.
Yeah.
You look or dress or style a certain way or whatever, it comes with its own set of thing in it. But yeah, I mean, I'd say my head's been straight from quite early. That doesn't mean I haven't had certain complications that I've had to, you know, kind of grow through and learn through. So yeah, man. I mean, it's been a journey.
Okay.
It's been a journey.
What made you want to get involved in music?
So I think it was just originally it was playground warfare, man.
Okay.
It was just like coming into school and just like meeting up with a man them and just having a new 8-bar.
Yeah.
I think that's where it all began, in it. Like obviously we was inspired by, you know, Criminal, Gets, Lil Nasty.
The grime era.
The grime era, like, you know, like it was just, they're always dropping these sets on Westwood.
Yeah.
And we're just catching bare inspiration. Like we're just hearing what they're talking about, and like we're just coming to school and trying to like, yeah, man, definitely we're just inspired in it, heavily inspired by that kind of energy. And I think it kind of brought us together, brought up a bit of like camaraderie, and like it was like a sport in itself. Like I think after football, it was probably my first love, you know what I'm saying, in terms of like connecting with my peers and just like having something between us that we understood.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I think that's where it began, still on the playground.
I remember like when I was young, the first video I saw about you was about 9 years ago. Where you from, brother?
Yeah.
That was when your name was Intact, innit? Intact.
Yeah, Intact, yeah.
I was like, hold on a minute.
10-year anniversary this year for Where You From Brothers still.
I was like, hold on a minute. I've seen this guy before. But bro, you had almost like, was that 500,000, 91 views or something?
Yeah, it's a lot of views still. And obviously, given the time.
Yeah.
Because you know, it's like views come like anything now, innit?
Of course.
But like back then, like, views were a lot. Put it this way, like 100,000 views now.
Yeah.
People get that, innit?
Yeah,
but back then, if you got 100,000 views, it was mad. So,
yeah.
you know, like, yeah, man, it was definitely, it was a good time for me, a good period. Definitely most people, still to this day, I'd say more so remember me for that than a lot of the things I've done since. So I think like that's what this period of my career is like. It's about kind of re-engaging all of those people that knew me then, but also adding to them and like kind of bringing what I have now to the table and kind of re-engaging, really.
That wasn't Channel U, unless I was wrong, no?
Yeah, Channel AKA. It was
Channel AKA.
Yeah,
and how was you at such a young age to see yourself on one of the biggest platforms at that time, to see yourself on there, like, how did you feel?
Well, boy, obviously, so the first song I dropped on Channel AKA went to #1 in the charts on AKA.
Congratulations, bro.
So like that was like a big head spin for me at the time.
Yeah.
Big confidence boost.
Yeah.
In terms of wanting to do this thing. I don't know, it's like when I was younger, yeah, I won't even say it's much different now. I just think sometimes life, like when, like when you're young, I was very ruthless, bro. Like, if I saw something, if I thought something, I just do it.
Yeah.
I didn't really think about it too much. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just the way I was.
Yeah.
Like any man who grew around me knows, like, if you ask, like, I've got freestyles on my computer with like 10 man. Yeah.
Wow.
But I've organized, like, I was the guy that organized these things because I enjoyed, I'm like making things happen. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like I'd always bring people together to jump on these things, and I just wanted to just get stuff popping.
And that's where the leadership comes from.
Yeah, man. I'd say I was just like, I don't know, man. I was just like, when I was younger, I just didn't see no barrier to, like, the way I saw it. If they can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
That was just the way I saw it. And like, I feel like, I think that's what I've kind of got re-engaged with recently. Do you know what I'm saying? I think I had a little bit of a rough period. Not a rough period, but life kind of getting in the way of things, like kind of blurring what you think is important kind of stuff. And I think I've taken a long way around and found myself back in this place where I've kind of got that energy back, where I feel like I'm unfazed, like I can't be stopped anymore. Yeah. Like anything I want to do, I can do it. You know what I'm saying? But that started a long time ago still.
So when you was young and then you had, like, where you from, brother? I remember you had another one that was on Young Movers TV. Unless I was wrong.
Yeah,
Young
Movers TV, yeah.
And you had something
film,
about
freestyle.
You had some freestyles over there as well. So you were still picking up a buzz at
man.
that era. So how was you as a person to be able to go on, like, Channel AKA and then to go on different type of platforms, and then you're evolving as a man? Yeah,
I think it was like I was just trying to spread myself and trying to, like, just follow the traditional rap path at the time, innit? The grand path, just make sure I'm here, there and everywhere. Just putting music out that's meaningful and moving people. But I think at that time, I wasn't really sure on my direction.
Okay.
So I feel like I had the talent, I had the musical talent, but I didn't really know what I was trying to say.
Okay.
Elaborate,
what do you mean trying to say?
Like, I feel like as an artist, when you think about any of your favorite artists, people come with a message, innit?
Of course.
When you think about someone, if you might say, oh, that guy is the gas guy, or you might go, that's it. He said something real. You know, that guy's about pain or whatever. Everyone's got a story to tell, but I just didn't know what I was really trying to get off my chest.
But with your lyrics, like, for me, like, where you're from, brother, that's sending a message. Because at the same time, it's poetry, and you're trying to get your message across. Yeah, if that makes sense.
I think I'm probably alluding to the phase shortly after.
Okay.
I'd say, you see, where you from, brother?
Yeah.
I was 18?
Yeah.
Still young, fresh. You know what I'm saying? I think when I kind of hit 19, 20, I feel like I'm maturing and I'm becoming a man.
Okay.
And I feel like that's where, like, I'm kind of looking at the music and the impact and the feelings I'm trying to create in my music, and it's kind of changing, because it's like grime. You know what grime's like, innit? Grime's just like
aggressiveness and all that.
Aggressiveness, you get me? Like, but obviously when you're living aggressiveness and you're living a certain way, it feels natural to do that.
That's right.
But as things start simmering and you start experiencing other things, going and doing this, trying to do that, becoming a man, experiencing other things, you don't just want to talk about badness. Do you know what I'm saying? You want to talk about other things.
You planted your seed and you're growing.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like that was where that's where the step back came, and that's why there's that gap between Intact and Tax. I feel like that step back was me kind of not really knowing what I'm trying to say, and like I'm just taking a step back to creatively work out, like, reevaluate what message I'm trying to bring to the table. And I think that just ties in with also just becoming a man, because I was still a boy, and as a boy I was just enjoying my life, just writing whatever came to my head. As a man, it's a bit more thought out. It's like, when I put this song out, who's it going to affect, who's it going to, who's it moving? You understand? So it's a
life changer from an 18-year-old, and then you change your name, and then now you've changed your style of music, and now your music has a message towards it.
Yeah, man.
So, like, was music always something that you was interested in, apart from, like, the performing arts? Like,
I think so. I probably started writing when I was like 13.
Okay. Oh, that's a very good young age, bro.
Like, seriously, that's when it started. Like 13, 14, we was in the playground. I say at that time, we weren't that good. But the St. Bonds youths, they were hard.
St. Bonds, man, St. Bonds always had rappers.
The St. Bonds youths, they were hard.
I don't know what these teachers were teaching them.
Bro, I think they had something in the water, innit? Because them man were all like a bit bigger as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like, I just remember there was one tune, it was called like Gunshots Blasting, innit?
Yeah.
Start running when the gunshots blasting. Yeah. Listen, this tune started floating around. You remember Bluetooth and infrared. It might have been a bit infrared. I don't know how we was getting it around, but this one was on the float. And I just remember it coming through school and like, it was just lighting up the corridors. Everyone had it, and we was just like, nah, because we weren't on that level yet. Like we were still doing the 4-bar. They were coming with the intricate flows. And then man, it just kind of from there, I just think it just spiraled, man. It went from being a competitive thing in the playground, but then it kind of grew because one by one, man's like losing certain people to certain situations, either to the roads, to jail, or they're jumped off to do other things, or they might have just don't even want to fuck with music like that anymore. Like they just want to do what they want to do. And then it kind of, that's when music changed for me as well, because I think like there's a difference like when you're with a team of people and you're all pushing towards a common goal and objective to everyone deep and okay, so you're the guy that does this now. You take it a bit more serious. Everyone else is just a bit like so more or less child's play for most man.
Everyone's got like different perspectives on that.
So there was a couple man that was doing it seriously, a couple older man. So that's when I kind of diversifying the people man's working within it and reaching out to certain people in my ends that are like taking this thing a bit more serious, kind of thing. So, but man, it's been a journey, man.
Define music. What is music towards you?
Music is like connecting people.
Okay.
Like in its simplest form, it's just like a frequency that kind of, for me anyway, it's like a frequency that can be understood. You don't need language. It transcends language. It's a vibration. It's a feeling, innit?
Yeah.
Someone could say something, depending on how they say it, the cadence, the touch, the gentleness, how loud they said it. However, there's so many different ways to say something, and it feels different every time. So I feel like when you hear someone's story, I think Drake's probably someone who's mastered it,
Yeah.
Like his music evokes emotion, innit?
Are you a Drake fan?
I'm an early Drake fan, innit? Do you get me? Yeah. So I rate everything he's achieved. Yeah, I rate everything he's achieved. I rate him as a man, but like bars wise, I rate his early stuff a bit more, innit?
Okay, cool.
You get me? Just on a bars one, innit?
Yeah.
You get me? But he's a legend, innit? Like he's a legend, innit? And so I can't take nothing away from him still.
Who inspires you as an artist?
Gets inspires me.
Why?
The consistent development of an artist.
Shout out Gets.
Yeah, man. I think like just that constant growth and progression and just like he's always been hard, innit?
Yeah.
But the energy was so like raw and no one really could see how it would be commercially viable. And I think that's why it's like the sickest achievement, because him getting that number 2 is just like saying like, what do you mean? Like after all these years, after him going without the bag, you know, and just pushing to make sure his son could get through. That consistency.
I don't think Gets actually got the. I don't think he actually got the credit that he deserved many years ago.
Early on, it's getting it now.
But I think that's just the funny thing with people in the industry. You know, a lot of people want to listen to like the mainstream type of music, but when you got someone that's been in the game for so long, or for someone that hasn't been in the game for so long, but because they got that authenticness about them.
Yeah, man.
And I think Gets is definitely one of those people out there, man.
Yeah, man. And then I say a lot of people inspire me though, man. Like a lot of my peers inspire me. Like you had Kieran Booth on here last week.
Yeah. Shout out Kieran Booth.
My guy inspires me, just simply because, you know, this constant grind that some people have and can just call on and draw for, and just, you know, this, you can't stop certain man. And I think that certain men have that and certain men don't. Yeah. And I think it's when you see it, it's put this, if you have it, it's blessed, innit, you know. Yeah. And some people have to develop it within themselves.
100%.
But yeah, man, I think there's plenty of new inspirations in Newham though, man. I think that it's a hot spot for talent, man. I
think Newham is one of those places where we've got everything, but we don't have the support by the government, or we don't have the support by the older generation. I think Newham itself is a place where it's got its trials and tribulations, but it's a place where it's got everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. It's got all the talent and it's got all the great things, but it's also got a lot of emotion, untapped potential.
Yeah.
A lot of people that are hurting as well. You know,
I agree.
You know, unresolved trauma.
I agree.
So, yeah, man.
Your music now, it's different. You know, sound wise. I've seen your visuals. You got a very good numbers, man. You're doing quite a lot. Now, talk to me about the visuals and the whole concept of tax now. So we've had Intax, but what is this new music that you're pushing out there as an artist?
So I think a lot of my peers would say, like, from early, I've always dabbled in other styles of music.
Yeah.
So I'm not someone that's new to kind of trying different things, but grime was definitely my forte. I think I'm at a stage now where I mess with grime heavy, innit? Grime will always be something I do, but where I've been dabbling in other things for so long, I feel like I'm in a place where I'm willing to just go full throttle in it, like into these other avenues. And so I'm happy to sing on tracks now.
Yeah.
I'm happy to like vibes down a track and soulful vibes, just all different sorts of flexes. And like, yeah, I think Tax is a very versatile artist. Obviously, me and Obi are setting a kind of...
shout out Obi, man. I've seen him in a couple freestyles with you and that, man. He's doing
We're
good.
trying to set a pace and build a vibe. Like, if you check out the Still Chill channel, I think it can give a bit more indication of the direction we're going. But I think, like, even Still Chill, I think with our music, we're just kind of tapping into that kind of true, real energy in it. Do you know what I mean? We're not coming on no, like, I don't know, man. There's a lot of frauds out there these days, isn't it? A lot of people talking a lot of stuff in their music.
They're putting this persona, but they're not really doing what they're talking.
Slap on a one mask and just talk bare was, and it's just like, bro, like, see me, like, I can't go in the studio and say certain things and walk out and then look my brethren in the face. Do you get me? Because it's just like, it's integrity, innit? Yeah. Obviously, we're in a different time now. Some people say that's an old head thing, you know. Just chat shit, get their bag.
Yeah. But there's morals to this.
You know what? Everyone's got their level, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, I just say, like, with me and Obi, what we're trying to do is just provide a music and sound that's true and real, and like people can resonate with that. Some people can resonate with that might not be from, like, I don't know, just some reality that people can tap into and feel and connect with. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not every day this violence, this and that. You know, sometimes it's just a vibes thing. Do you get me? Because we all like girls and we all like vibes in and we all like smoking a one. You get me?
There's many people that can relate towards.
You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, we all like these things. But it's like in music, it's just, we just want to talk about one thing. Like, if you're a young black boy, you just got to talk about one thing. Nah, dead that. I'm here to change vibes, innit? Do you get me? With man like Kieran Booth, Obi, all these guys, we're changing the game. I'm
surprised. How come you haven't done drill? Like a drill song?
It's interesting you asked that, because the next drop,
get
me?
Drill.
We'll have to see, innit? You get me? Like, but yeah, no, I'd say, even if it is drill, it's not going to be conventional drill, innit?
Okay.
Like, in the sense of what people think drill is. Because, like,
what's drill in your eyes, if I'm asking?
So when you talk about any genre, you got the beat, and then you got what you're talking about, innit? Like, so you got the content. So I think drill is two parts. It's like our British interpretation of what they were doing in Chicago, but it's a bit switched because it's 140 as well, which is like grime, innit? Which is also the BPM of trap as well. So it's like, on an instrumental one, drill is just that. That's drill,
Okay.
And you get 808s. You get me? That's drill. But when you go a bit deeper, some people would say that drill is chingins, chefins.
But do you see it in that perspective? Because when you do listen to, I mean, I'm not downgrading anyone as part of drill. I'm just saying, like, you don't see sometimes some drill songs might, I don't know, portray a type of image or might convince someone to, like, I don't know, kill someone or whatever.
Well, I think that's another conversation. So, I mean, look, drill, to me, drill's opening up. We've got a lot of different artists getting involved in drill now.
I totally agree.
That are doing different sorts of sounds. You got people singing on drill.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, when you hear my next track, some people call it drill, some people say that's not drill. And that's just because, as I said, innit, I'm a versatile artist and I always bring something different to the table. So I'm not going to be talking what them men are going to be talking. I'm going to be talking what I'm talking. Some people, therefore, will say that's not drill. But in regards to the impact drill's having on, like, the community and that, it's one of them ones, like, what came first, the chicken or the egg, innit? It's literally like, in my opinion, I feel like we as humans, our art's always been crazy based on, like, our experience, innit? Do you know what I mean? You go put any of these youths that are talking the maddest drill stuff in a nice environment, see if they want to talk that drill stuff anymore.
That's true.
Well, you see all the man that make it and make bread. They fly 1-2 countries, get a local chain and that. you can see in their face they don't even want. They don't want to do that stuff no more. They want to go and like they want to go to fashion shoots and go and chat to high class beanies and that. Like they don't want to be out on the roads doing a madness.
That's
It's
true.
dead.
True.
You know, come on, man. Like you know what it is like. So I think environment plays a lot of it into it, and like some people will say, it's difficult because I can't. There's kids that are like not from here, for example.
Yeah.
Middle England.
Yeah.
That are hearing certain stuff in drill and they're getting it twisted, innit?
So they're like misinterpreting.
Yeah, they're getting it twisted. So I'm seeing youths that like you can look at man and you know that man's got no place, he's got no reason to be holding it.
Yeah.
He's holding it because he heard it on a one rap song.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that is that miscommunication there of like people outside of it taking information that they don't really understand and using that. I think that's where it's dangerous. Yeah. I think if you're from the ends,
you can relate to it.
It was your reality anyway.
Yeah,
you knew about this stuff already, innit? Now I'm not gonna listen to no drill song and be like, raw, let me go and done mine. You get me?
Yeah.
Obviously, the dead op stuff.
Yeah.
That is a little bit. I can see how that could be antagonizing. Extremely antagonizing, innit? But like, I'm not gonna sit back, listen to no heady one, and then get up and then be like, raw, I'm on stuff.
Yeah,
you get me? Like that's definitely a Middle England kid flex, innit? Like
drill can be also our type of grime era at that time because it's pushing out artists.
Drill is grime. Don't let anyone twang you. Drill is the new age grime. The same way grime galvanized the youths then, galvanizing the youths now.
Shout out to the people actually doing positive things in that type of aspect.
And you got to remember, I'm sorry.
I see that you got a podcast.
Yeah.
Tell me about the podcast that you got out there.
Yeah, man. So the Domino Effect.
Yeah.
With myself, Daly, and Eddie. It's been interesting. We kicked it off back in like October, discussing all different topics from mainly around political correctness. Kind of there's a few different themes in there and stuff discussing topics around masculinity and toxic masculinity and where that crosses over, and because you know when you're from the ends and that we've got certain mind frames and that are kind of ingrained into us.
Yeah.
So we're kind of sitting down and discussing them from a perspective of, you know, just breaking them down as young black men, what those challenges look like and trying to unpack them. And yeah, man, so from, you know, sex, life experience, relationships, people, all the culture.
That people can relate to.
Yeah. Proper real topics in it, like no joke thing in it. But it's definitely it's been an enjoyable experience. Quite it's been a laugh, man. It's like linking up with a man, them discussing things that matter to us, innit? You know what I mean? It's quite like, I don't know. I think like as young black men, we don't really talk enough sometimes.
Yeah.
About certain things. We talk about other things.
Yeah.
But we don't always take the time to go that little bit deeper.
Why is that though? Why do you think? Do you think it's because it's like our community, or do you think because certain stuff has happened to us and certain men don't want to talk about it?
I think it's like a defense mechanism, innit? You know, when you grow up in a certain environment where like you feel like you have to be a certain way to protect yourself. Yeah. But now you're kind of coming out of that environment, but you still got that barrier. Still got the barrier. So it's like I think that's what becoming a man is unpacking that and just trying to break that down, man. Like, and I feel like we've been doing it. It's been quite therapeutic to say the least. Yeah. Yeah, man. Been good, man.
You gonna push out more stuff on the podcast, or?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like we had our first guest a couple of weeks ago. She had a second set of guests as well now. So like we for the first like 12 episodes, it was just us, just getting our groove and that. And yeah, like we're looking to build it up, and just keep going, keep coming with challenging topics. I think it's just finding a balance between music and that at the moment. Fortunately, I feel like the podcast thing for us it feels like a very natural communication. So even though like there's a lot of planning that goes into it, I feel like I'm able to find a balance and stuff really. So
hopefully the podcast will go well.
Yeah, man, I'm confident. I mean, I chop it up with two like they're good guys, they're intellectual lads.
Yeah, I've seen some of
the
episodes. They look like very two humble brothers.
They're humble, but they're intelligent and they got good opinions. You know what I'm saying? Like, so in that sense, I'm blessed because I feel like. And they're wild as well, innit? So they're both just two statements away from a viral moment.
I respect your hustle because the fact that you came from a deprived area, such as myself, and you've actually stayed on the grind, bro. Like for you to come from 10 years ago, was your first ever song, bro, and you're staying consistent. Even if whatever happened, you know what I mean, trials and tribulations, but you stay consistent
Totally.
and you follow your passion. I truly respect what you're doing.
Definitely feels blessed to be here, and I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
It's definitely not been easy, and I think that's like, sometimes I just want to put word out to the young creators, man, and just remind them just to keep going, innit? That's not from a place of I'm at the other side of the tunnel, because I'm not.
Yeah.
It's from a place of when you're doing what you love and fulfilling yourself, everything just makes sense, innit? You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, there's been times in my life when I've been doing less so of what I should be doing.
Yeah.
Maybe even making more bread.
Yeah.
But a lot less happy, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's just, things ain't as simple as they always look, innit?
100%.
So sometimes I just think, but that's again just becoming a man and kind of realigning priorities and realizing what matters to man.
Yeah.
You get me? And so I just say to young creatives, man, just hang in there.
Yeah.
You get me? If it's for you, it's for you, innit? You know what I mean? And if it's not, it's not. But that don't give up the grind.
I think there's a lot of people out there that don't really understand the potential they have.
Mm.
And of course, you know, with life, you can't really, sometimes you can't expect what's going to happen, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I think as long as, like you said, like, just don't give up, be consistent. And
I think like nothing in life is guaranteed.
100%.
Nothing in life is guaranteed. But at the same time, I feel like when you speak to a lot of older people, more time, when they have regrets, it's not what they did, it's what they didn't do.
My mum said that to me as well when I was a child. A lot of people.
Yeah, man. They don't talk about what they did. I regret. No, they don't. They regret what they didn't do. You know, and I think that would be the hardest thing for me to swallow. Getting to a place in life, I feel like, imagine if I just put myself forward a bit more. Imagine if I just, I think that's a feeling that I'm not willing to live with. So I'd rather do everything I can in my power, my spirit, to guarantee that I've given everything, and then just leave it with God, innit? You know what I'm saying? And after that, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe in my abilities, but you know, it's God's time. You know what I mean?
Once you drop out this new song, what's the next step after that?
Well, so me and Obi got a drop coming as well. We're shooting literally in a few days. Okay. It's looking to be litty. Yeah, I Feel Free for those who have heard it. But yeah, that should be coming real soon. Then I've got a few drops with Mazni. He's a producer from West that I've been working with. And then later in the year, me and Kieran got a couple bits coming as well.
Shout out Kieran, man.
Yeah, man. There's lots going on. There's lots going on. I think this year is probably about to be my most consistent year since Intact. Yeah. Really and truly, because I feel like last year I've done a lot of performing, but releasing wise, visuals wise, I feel like we was just getting back into our groove. I dropped Behaviors. The year before I dropped Fifth Degree with Obi, and I dropped All About the Money, but still 1 or 2 videos a year. Yeah. For me, that's not.
You gotta be consistent.
It's not enough. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, so I feel like now,
it's a time.
This year, it's not that. I've dropped 2 this year already. The third's coming. You get me? There's gonna be a lot of work coming this year, definitely.
Imagine if it's gonna happen anyway. You're gonna be at the Mobos and you're representing the guys from Newham.
Yeah, man.
Can you imagine that feeling, like, for you to come from Newham and to represent where we come from? You know what I mean? Our struggles, our trials and tribulations. Hopefully that will happen, brother.
You know, I feel like coming from Newham, where you're surrounded by so many inspiring stories, it's really not hard to imagine, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's really not. I think for some people, it might look like a distant memory, like distant. For me, like, I went to school with Huss.
Yeah.
It's normal, bruv. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, these things, like, you can just go from here to here just like that. Yeah. You just need to get it right.
It's true.
Just get it right. You just got to get it right. And I think that's what I'm not afraid of. I think people want it overnight. Yeah. Maybe once upon a time I did. But I fell in love with the art. You know what I'm saying? So, like, for me, it's like, I'm happy to build up my thing. And my perspective on it is not like it once was. Once upon a time, it was like, if something didn't bust for me, it's like, why they not taking me in? Man, it's because I ain't got, because it ain't this, because it ain't that. All these different excuses and reasons will come up in your head, but they all come from a place of, like, you're making excuses for yourself. I think now I'm in a place where it's like, if something don't work for me, the way I see it is more like, all right then, that one didn't get you, cool. come again.
Yeah.
I'll get you next time.
Keep going.
I'll get you next time. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's like,
Yeah.
I love the art, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I love the fact that every song's better than the last. You know what I'm saying? And when you're in this space, I don't know, man, it just feels like a no-brainer where I'm going to get to. You know, I'm not in combat with myself. I'm not like trying to find some one hit.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that. You get me? I literally love making
you
music.
love the art and that.
So like, you get me? I only see my music going one way.
And you had to like re-embellish yourself.
Yeah.
Remake yourself, you know what I mean? And that's the beauty of like what you're doing. I mean, from like coming from intax to tax, that just shows a big change in diversity that you're doing, especially with the music you're putting out right now. And I respect what you're doing, bro.
Thanks, man.
I truly respect what you're doing.
Appreciate it, man.
Is there, let the audience know where they can find your social media platforms and that.
Still 18x on the Instagram. If you search tax, Still Trill, YouTube, Spotify, all the streaming platforms, they are. And obviously, if you want to check out some of the wild conversations I'm having with the man, them, the Domino Effect, that's on all the streaming platforms and YouTube as well. Yeah, man. And obviously, we're due to get you on there
100%.
soon enough, innit?
I'll come down. I'll come down.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell us a bit about your experience touring the world. And
I've got some crazy experiences, man. Is there anything that you want to say in the podcast? Anything else that you want to say?
Nah, I mean, just tune in it, like, and just to all people supporting me. The love's there, innit? You know, I appreciate you lot, and yeah, man, we're gonna keep grinding this year. And yeah, when COVID's done, catch me abroad with Blackman, touring up a mad country, innit? You get me?
Traveling soon, man.
You get me?
Bro, I really respect what you're doing, because you know what? There's not a lot of people. Forget about Newham or whatever. There's not a lot of people that actually, you know, been consistent for such a long period of time, and they've come from still like a deprived area, and they've found their passion in life. And obviously, us as humans will always go through trials and tribulations. But the fact that you've been consistent, you know, you've kept your head down, whatever you face, but you're still a person, and that you started off as a young guy, and now you're a man. That's the beautiness of what, you know what I mean, what's happening. So I respect what you're doing, man.
I appreciate it, man. It's definitely been a journey.
Yeah.
I think just developing myself and staying out of the madness and staying focused. And like you said, man, you come from the borough, man, so you know exactly what it's
100%.
like, man.
I can relate.
You know,
I can relate.
You know what it's like to, and I think when you come from like a background of poverty and low education and these sorts of things, there's not a lot of mentors, bro. Yeah. And the mentors are not really good ones.
No, they ain't.
Yeah. So I kind of like, for me, I kind of feel like I probably got like, I got one cousin, maybe one or two elders that nudged me in the right direction, but they were still working things out for themselves. Yeah. Because, like I said, when you come from poverty, I feel like life takes a bit longer to sort itself out. And I, like, in terms of like, so you kind of have to mentor yourself. You're
100%.
learning off of life. And like, so that's why I kind of, when I look at young people who think they got to have it all figured out from the minute you leave college, it's not that.
No, it's not like that.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe if you had the infrastructure around you and people like that knew how to get you from A to B, then maybe you would. Yeah. But you don't. So there's nothing wrong with, you know, learning over time and just, man, just take time with it.
Fucking wise words, man. I had to swear, man. I got me. That's wise words, man. But thank you for coming down.
Big up, man. Thanks for having me,
That's
man.
okay, man. That's okay, man.
Proper pleasure,
Keep
man.
doing what you're doing, and hopefully next time I'm going to see you in the mobiles, you get me?
Come on, man.
Representing the bar.
You're dead there, man.
Guys, all of his platforms are going to be in the description. Be honest in the comments. It's Man Like Blackman. Check out for the next blog. How do you feel?